Honor has come back as a king to earth, and paid his subjects with a royal wage. And nobleness walks in our ways again, and we have come into our heritage.
Vera, did you know about this?
About what, Father?
Edward riding off to apply for training as an officer.
Yes, and I think...
I'm not asking for your opinion. Why then, haven't I been informed?
You have been informed, Father. I told you myself 5 minutes ago.
Don't try to be clever with me, Edward. You know quite well what I mean. Why was I not consulted?
Because you would have forbidden me to post the letter. And I felt that what I was doing was right.
Right, it was stupid, it was pig-headed, it was utterly childish. If you don't want to go to Oxford, there's plenty of work here at the mill. God knows it's getting to be more than I can cope with. I need you. Your mother needs you. Don't these things mean anything to you any longer? Well...
It's very hard to answer that without sounding...
You're ashamed to answer, that's the truth of it. You keep out of
No,
this.
Father, I am not ashamed. Very well. I believe that in this present crisis, my country needs me too. Father, I can't hang about at home when all the other chaps are going. I just can't.
Aye. That's more like the truth of it. I don't know. Young people nowadays, like sheep, you just want to be in the fashion.
Father, I won't be going anywhere until September. And even then, it'll only be to Oxford for the training course. That's going to take at least 2 or 3 months. Well, anything could happen in that time. I mean, the war might even be over by then.
Morning, Mrs. Smith.
Tom.
Morning,
Hello,
Edith.
Mrs. Smith.
Edward, what are you doing here? I thought you were at Aldershot with the school cadet corps.
Yes, well, I was, but they suddenly found more urgent uses for Aldershot and sent us lot home.
I'm very glad that they did.
Well, now, Vera, you're just the person I wanted to see. Your mother tells me that all this college business has gone quite by the board.
Oh, yes, it's such a pity.
Well, then I'm sure you don't intend sitting around here kicking your heels at times like these. Now, I'm organising a sewing circle for the ladies of the town, and I thought it would be a good idea...
Excuse me, please. I must talk to my father.
She's still a bit unsociable, Edith. I expect she'll settle down now, though.
Everything's changing. People they'd respect. You could rely on things. 2 more men given the notice today. I can't see how it's going to end.
Don't worry. It'll work out somehow.
You too. I know you'll keep on till you get what you want. You may as well go now.
What?
Oxford. No, I mean it. It's what you've set your heart on. You'd better do it.
Oh, thank you, Father.
For being such an ogre to you. Hey, Jack.
garter sleeves, the pillowcases, the petticoats, the teapot and the china. Let's see. If you're going to be at Somerville for 3 years, it'll pay you to get the best. I should think Harrods. What do you say?
Yes, please, Aunt Florence. It's one of the reasons why Mother packed us off to stay with you. Within reach of the really good shops.
And what was the other reason? Father.
Yes, well, he has finally given in about the army, but it's taken a lot out of him. It seemed more tactful to keep out of his way for a week or two.
I see. Now tell me about this friend of yours before he comes. Roland, isn't it?
Roland Leighton. Well, you must have heard me talk about him.
Isn't he the one who stayed with you in Buxton?
That's right.
And is he in the army too?
No, but not for lack of trying. He's been turned down 3 times. So I expect he'll be at Oxford too.
Oh, that'll be nice. Do you think you'll see anything of him?
Well, I gather the chaperone rules are pretty ferocious, but he says he's prepared to put up with that.
Oh, you've seen him recently then?
No, not seen, but be right.
There he is.
Roland, you got in after
As you
all.
see, yes, the Norfolks.
Wonderful.
Miss Bourbon, how very nice to meet you. Edward has often sung your praises.
You do, Mr. Lane.
I hope I'm not late.
No, we've only just arrived.
Hello, Vera.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, come on, tell me. How did you manage it? Why didn't you tell us?
But I didn't tell anyone this time. I felt sure my friends must be getting deadly bored with hearing about a long series of rejections. So I went up to Norwich for an interview and set out to convince them that I was the answer to Kitchener's Prayer. But I was gazetted within the week.
Oh, you must be very pleased.
Oh, yes, naturally.
Well, Mr.
Yes,
Lane?
please.
I understood that you definitely decided upon Oxford.
Oh, I tried to persuade myself of that too, faute de mieux. But I don't think I could have endured just vegetating at university. I mean, now the thing has actually happened. There's only one place one would want to be, and that's in the thick of it. It makes everything else seem somehow petty. Sort of...
Irrelevant.
Yes, exactly.
Well, really? I've never heard anything so smug and superior.
Beg your pardon?
The two of you congratulating each other on not vegetating in a petty place like Oxford.
I didn't mean petty in that sense. Not intrinsically, I mean.
Only a few weeks ago, it was the most important thing in all our lives. You worked just as hard for it as I did.
Yes, I know. And for you, of course, it still is. It still matters very much. But surely you can see, V, that for a man, the war puts everything on a totally different plane.
Where women have no part to play.
Not in the same way, no. You're not saying I was wrong to enlist.
No, of course not. Just seemed that you were exulting in it.
No, not exulting now. That's going too far. But there is something ennobling about it, something almost beautiful. Perhaps there's not a thing I could ever make you understand.
Beautiful.
Yes, because it's the ultimate testing ground. It brings men face to face with elemental realities. It strips away all irrelevancies.
Leaving women among the irrelevancies.
Vera, my dear girl, I do feel you're deliberately misunderstanding Mr. Leighton.
You are, V.
If so, I'm sorry. I should have kept quiet. I know you came in wearing that uniform expecting applause. Why shouldn't you? Every man expects it. It's only natural. I should have kept...
You should not have said anything you did not feel. I hope you'll never pretend anything with me.
Oh, I'm afraid Vera's never learned to pretend anything with anybody.
I know. That's one of the things that's unique about her.
It doesn't make for a quiet life.
Plato and Socrates. They had no church to guide them, but you can't deny that they had a moral sense. They had a moral capacity. I don't see the distinction.
A kitten, before it's opened its eyes, has a physical capacity, but it's still in the dark.
I'm sorry, but I can't believe that God would make a qualitative distinction between the same virtues exercised by very similar kinds of people, just because they were on the other side of a purely temporal watershed. That would mean that everyone born BC was chronologically underprivileged. That's worse than Calvin.
Then what do you understand by the redemption, if they were redeemed already?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Beyond a certain point, Vera, you just have to accept things on faith. Not try and reason it all out for yourself. That's a kind of arrogance.
Eat this while it's hot. And then we really ought to go to bed. It's nearly 1:30, and I've got a tutorial at 9. I've got to prepare 3 pages of Euripides by 10. And I barely know the alphabet, let alone the verbs.
I can't understand why nobody told you you'd have to take Responsions Greek.
Nobody knew. It wasn't that sort of town.
Talking about Euripides, did you get to the Gilbert Murray meeting?
Oh, yes.
What's he like?
Not a bit like I expected. Tall, slight, spectacles. He's very kind to people. That's what's really nice about him.
Elizabeth doesn't take after him, then.
Well, what can you expect? She's a typical third year. They just look straight through you, most of them.
Ah, I have now found that quotation from Kant. And the word moral doesn't come into it.
All right, what does he say?
Excuse me. I just feel it my duty to point out that if you two get onto God again at this time of night, we'll be here for the next hour at least.
That's true. So, all right, what does he say?
A categorical imperative would be one which represented an action as objectively necessary in itself, without reference to any other purpose.
There is always a kind of dreamy spell here, which makes one feel that nothing poignant and terrible can ever come near. In the churches at Oxford, where so many of the congregation are soldiers, we are always having it impressed upon us that the call of our country is the call of God. Is it? I wish I could feel sure that it was.
The sky above Lowestoft is cloudless, and the russet sails of the fishing smacks flame in the sun. Only makes me angry with myself for being stationed here among khaki-clad civilians, when men whom I have once despised as effeminate are being sent back wounded from the front. Can I think of this with anything but rage and shame?
Well, I've always said about the place.
All the chaps at Sandgate are convinced that we can drive those Germans back any time we choose.
Matter of the higher strategy, I suppose.
Exactly.
Probably waiting for a joint spring offensive. Finish them in one blow.
I'm only hoping I'm going to get sent out before it's all over.
Oh,
What?
it's the Maeterlinck and Tess of the D'Urbervilles and the Turgenev.
Who's sending you all those, then?
It's him.
Good heavens. Leighton, that poet chap.
He's got Christmas leave, too.
It's not embarkation.
No, he's going to be in London.
I didn't know they lived in London.
No, Lowestoft. His mother's got a flat for him near Regent's Park.
That'll cost you a pretty penny. What's the idea of that, then?
Don't know, Father, never met her.
Why should he want to be in London if his Did you tell him that you were going down to Purley after Christmas?
Yes, I believe I did mention it. Talks about arranging a meeting.
Does he now?
I suppose she could ask Aunt Florence to go along and chaperone her.
Oh!
Well, what is it?
Wants me to meet his mother.
Why don't you say something? Or is it too deep for words?
I think it must be the moustache. You look quite different.
Improved, I hope.
Quite impressive. You didn't say you were growing it.
No. You know, Miss Bourbon, 3 months in camp has taught me a good deal about the martial arts. But I fear the art of conversation has grown rather rusty there. Everything in the army is couched in the imperative mood. That doesn't do at all when one is talking to ladies. Especially Vera.
Oh.
Tell me, how's Oxford?
Oh, I love it. I feel very lucky and privileged to be there. It's wonderful to be in a place where you're actually expected to work, instead of people thinking you're a fool for wanting to.
And what about you, Mr. Layton? Have you had an enjoyable leave?
Yes, splendid, thank you. Oh, I hope the best part is yet to come. I have some tickets for the theatre tomorrow night, His Majesty's Theatre. I was wondering if you and Vera would like to come. It's Herbert Tree, you know.
That's very kind of you. What you say, V?
I'd love to. Thank you.
She will come, I promise.
Yes, I was just wondering what she expects, what to say. She knows nothing about me, does she?
Well, nonsense, she knows all about you. Well, you'll have plenty to talk about. I've told her about your writing.
Oh, what does she say?
Well, she said, then why does she want to go to Oxford? Oxford's no use to a writer unless she intends to write a treatise.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no, don't look like that. She'll be delighted with you.
How can you possibly know?
Because her tastes are very much the same as mine. Courage, mon ami.
Oh, darling. Oh, am I late?
Only 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm so hopeless about time. You must be Miss Bowen. So nice to meet you.
How do you do?
And this is Vera Britton?
This is Vera Britton.
Oh, my dear, let me look at you. I've heard so much about you from my son. Why, Roland, she's quite human after all.
I can't imagine what he must have told you to make you think otherwise.
No, of course it was foolish of me. I somehow thought you'd be rather severe, very academic, and altogether alarming. No, you mustn't blame him, my dear. Men simply have no idea about such matters. He did say you were charming. I remember that distinctly. But then he would go on about your mind and your character. If only the silly boy had told me about that hat, I'd have known we'd have got on famously.
Do you like it? I took ages deciding what to wear. It's the first time I've ever met anyone from the world of letters.
It's very pretty. And so are you. You know, I just adore having young people around me. I feel I have a sort of affinity with them somehow. The only ones I find just a weeny bit tiresome are those rather strident young girls who go around wearing ugly clothes and striking angular poses and forever boasting on about how modern they're supposed to be. Don't you agree?
Oh, indeed.
Darling, before we order, what I would like you to do is to go through to reception and ask them to order me a cab for 2:30. I have seen my publisher at 3.
Yes, of course.
Oh, do run along with him, my dear. I suppose you realize he's very strongly attracted to her.
Yes, that was my impression.
It's never happened to him before. Not like this. And, what about her? Is she serious?
Oh, I've never inquired. She seems very happy in his company.
She seems so young. Perhaps she just feels flattered.
Mrs. Layton, she's a completely honest, straightforward girl. She would never say or do anything meant to mislead him.
No, of course not. You must forgive me. It's just that, well, his happiness is so precious to me. And everything these days seems terribly fragile.
It's downright ridiculous. Even in our letters, at least feel free to say what we meant. How can we even talk in these circumstances? Can I never hope to see you on your own?
How can we? It would never be allowed.
Well, how about next term when you go back up to Oxford?
Oxford? If I was seen there alone with a young man, heaven knows.
Well, I mean on the way.
Mother puts me on the train and buys a ticket. When I get there, I'm supposed to send a telegram.
Oh, that is medieval.
It's the same for everyone.
Listen, don't you ever change trains?
Yes, sometimes when I go by Leicester.
Well, listen, go via Leicester. Think of some excuse and then miss the connection.
Why?
Well, I'll get away. I'll spin some yarn to the CO and come to Leicester and meet you. At least we'll have an hour or two alone together.
Norwich? You'd come all that way just for an hour?
come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. Look, he's coming back. Please say you'll do it. No one will ever know.
I'll try.
Will you be warm enough?
Oh, yes, thank you. What's this?
Well, it's something for the journey. Oh, and,
You shouldn't have come with a cold like that, not in this weather.
it's nothing.
Was it worth the journey? Just for an hour in Leicester Station?
What do you think?
I believe it's going to start.
Yes, I must go.
Well, goodbye. Thank you. Oh, Roland, it's going to start.
I don't care. I'm coming with you. All the way. Let me come with you?
But how can you?
Well, it's simple.
But how will you get back? You can't. You'll be terribly late.
True?
Oh, now it's too late.
Yes.
What will you tell your CEO?
Well, I shall tell him. I shall say that the colonel I was supposed to be interviewing wasn't here, and I spent the whole day looking for him.
Will he believe you?
Of course. Well, I'm well known to be highly conscientious in the performance of my duties.
Don't say that.
Well, it's true.
I know, but it makes me sound such a bad influence.
Oh, never. Never. You're the very best thing that has ever happened to me. Here, give me those. Will you do something for me? Take your hat off. Well, Mother was right. It is very pretty. But your hair is prettier. What's the matter? Shouldn't I have done it?
No.
Why not?
It'll be half the night getting back to camp. Hanging about on drafty stations. Your cold will get worse.
Sit down, Miss Britton. I had some misgivings about you. Largely because you seemed overconfident.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give that impression.
When I told you you would be required to sit Responsions Greek at the end of 10 weeks, I had anticipated some signs of agitation, considering you had no previous acquaintance with the language. You took the news very calmly.
I just felt that if I worked hard enough, I ought to be able to get through it.
Yes. Well, you were right. That's the first hurdle cleared, isn't it? Congratulations. It was a brilliant performance.
Thank you, Miss Penrose.
I hope to hear in due course that you've coped equally well with the Latin. You will inform your tutors that you are now joining the Past Moderations course. I don't need to stress the vital importance of getting a good result. What's your temperature? I hope you're not another case of influenza.
Oh, Miss Vera, should you be up?
All right, thank you. Dr. said I could get up today.
Aye, this evening, I thought.
So boring up there.
Can I fetch your shawl down?
I'd love a cup of tea, though.
Yes, miss. I'll get it for you. Oh, here's the newspapers you can have a look at. Oh, and your letters.
Okay.
Sarah! Sarah! All right, Miss Vera. I'm coming. Oh, miss, what time is it?
Where's Mother?
Well, she's in the kitchen, Miss Taylor.
Never mind, go and fetch her. How long has this been here?
Well, this morning, Miss White.
Never mind, just go.
Oh. Vera, what on earth is going on?
Pen and pencil. I'm going to send a telegram. I've got to go to London.
Are you out of your mind?
That's all right. Cook can send it. She always passes the post office. Sarah, go and get my little case from the box room.
You're going nowhere, VB, except...
I've got to go to London.
Sarah, quickly, go and fetch the master. I think it just
for heaven's sake, pull yourself together and try and talk sense.
Roland Leighton has got himself posted to a frontline regiment. He wrote to say that he'd be going to France in 7 days.
7 days? Oh, well, really, all this fuss.
Listen! He didn't know that I'd be sent home ill. He sent the letter to Somerville, may have been days ago. He may be leaving now. Tomorrow, he may be leaving now.
Let me have a look. This is dated the 18th.
What's going on
7
here?
days would be the 25th. It's only the 22nd now.
Oh, thank God.
Edith,
Oh.
you sent for me.
Yes. Father, give me a pen. I want to send a telegram.
Well, why do you have to send a telegram?
Because he's not on the telephone. He's been waiting 4 days for an answer. He may be going to his death and he thinks I don't care.
Oh!
It's Roland Leighton.
Oh, I can't. My hand is shaking. Just say...
You seriously think that you're going to rise from a sick bed and go tearing off to London to meet a young man unaccompanied?
Well, I'll send and ask Aunt Florence to chaperone. You know, you can come with me.
Oh, really? I'm supposed to drop
I
everything
will
Go
not
just
have
to
this hysteria. Now, I can't begin to understand why she's suddenly making all this fuss about young Leighton, but on the assumption that the young man wants to see her as much as she wants to see him. Why don't we invite him to come up here?
You can stay the night. Go back the next day. What do you say? Your tea, Miss Vera.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, please. You were already in a regiment. The Norfolks would have been sent out when their time came, but you couldn't wait, could you?
Clearly not.
Well, got what you wanted. Are you satisfied now?
Satisfied? Well, I wouldn't call it that. There's a lot of dust and ashes feeling about it now it's actually happened. There's nothing attractive to me about the idea of dying.
So why increase the chances of it? Are you really doing it for Belgium?
I've never been passionately keen on the Belgians.
Then why?
Can't formulate it, Vera. The nearest I can get to it is just, well, heroism in the abstract. It's the old Henry V thing, I suppose. Gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed if they were not. I think that's true. One could carry it through the rest of life, like a stain.
The rest of life may be rather a short period, of course.
Don't say that.
But it's got to be said. I don't imagine you volunteered for France without realizing what it could mean. It actually looks as though you want to be killed in action.
Of course not. I don't want to die, not for a long time yet. But if I had to go, that's the way I'd want it to happen. Anyway, I'd hate to go through all the war without a scratch. I'd want something to prove I'd been there.
Prove to whom?
I really don't know. It's just that with so much suffering, one would feel, in a way, diminished by not having some small part in it. Maybe it's a kind of masochism that comes over men in wartime.
Don't you think the women suffer at all?
Yes, of course, they must do. But passively. Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it's even worse for them, precisely because there is nothing they can do to help.
I don't believe there's nothing we can do to help. It's our country as well as yours. You say you want to share the burden. Why assume that I want to be exempt?
Look, we're at cross purposes here. Now, our part is to fight, to defend the way of life we believe in. Now, yours is to represent those things, to preserve them for us until after the war.
Like flies in amber.
Well?
Everything comes to a stop, dead halt until the men come back and start it moving again.
What is wrong, Vera?
I sometimes wish I'd never met you.
You don't mean that.
No. I had such a lofty idea of the war up until now. Full of pity for suffering humanity.
Now it's all turned into fear and selfishness. At the bottom of my heart, all I'll be praying is anybody else but God. Please, not him.
I'll be coming back. Believe me. I'm entirely convinced of that.
Yes. I believe it too. I've got no right to talk about sharing the suffering. I'm only going through what thousands of women have been going through for months. And already I'm complaining. I won't anymore.
No, don't. Just think a long way ahead. You'll be listening to me tell our children all the brave deeds I did upon St. Crispin's Day. Pretending you don't know them all off by heart.
We are Earth's best that learnt her lesson here. Life is our pride. We have kept the faith, we said. We shall go down with unreluctant tread, rose-crowned into the darkness. Proud we were, and laughed, that had such brave, true things to say. And then, you suddenly cried, and turned away.
One of my men has just been killed. The first. I did not actually see it, thank heaven. I only found him lying very still at the bottom of the trench, with a tiny stream of blood trickling down his cheek into his coat.
Go down for a year. Now, what would be the point of that?
I want to do something to help the war effort.
Well, naturally, we wouldn't wish anyone to stay here against her will, but you were awarded an exhibition to run for 3 years. That would complicate matters.
I hadn't thought of that.
Which ministry had you in mind?
I beg your pardon?
I assumed you were thinking in terms of the civil service.
No, nursing.
Now, that strikes me as wasteful. It would make very little use of your best talents, besides being unpleasant and laborious. You've obviously considered all this.
Yes, Miss Penrose.
And at the end of the year?
Well, I hope the war will be over by then. I should like to come back.
In that case, you will of course stay on another 3 weeks and take past moderations.
Oh, yes.
Very well. For your sake, I hope you won't repent taking this step.
I'm sure I shan't.
And for our sake, Miss Britton, I sincerely hope you're not a portent. If your decision marks the beginning of a stampede, I might be inclined to modify my attitude.
V.
Edward! Oh, you're not going to France?
No, no, not this time. V, I want you to meet Geoffrey.
Oh,
How do you
how
do?
do you do? It's lovely that Edward's got somebody in the camp he can really talk to. Excuse me, I must sit down.
You all right, Vera?
I'm exhausted.
So, how's nursing, V?
Stops you thinking, anyway.
Is it what you imagined?
Well, there's always something you didn't foresee. Like going into the kitchen last night and seeing the whole floor running alive with cockroaches.
Vera, that's not a very nice thing to talk about.
Why? I'm proud of it. Not screaming or anything.
Whatever did you do?
I just hitched up my skirt and got on with the washing up.
I think that was very brave.
Thank you.
So, you think you'll be going on with it?
Of course I will. I'm applying to get into Camberwell next.
No, but V, Camberwell's a military hospital. Will they take you on?
They might now. When I started here at Devonshire, I didn't even know how to boil an egg.
You know what I'd like? I'd like a photograph of you two together, just as you are now.
Yes, you could have it framed. Memento of a rare occasion when Edward and Vera were conforming to Buxton's expectations.
Now.
Oh, V, have you heard from Roland lately?
Yes, he's getting leave in a week or two. Matron's giving me the weekend off.
She's talking about going up to London to meet him, Edward, all on her own.
Very soon she'll be living in London all on her own. Where's the difference?
Yes, I suppose.
Maybe.
Excuse me, I must go and lie down. I'll see you all at dinner.
Edward, I've been meaning to ask you, how much do we actually know about this Leighton fellow? You know him, I suppose.
Yes.
I mean, he's very polite and well-mannered and so on, but she seems to be getting very serious about the whole thing. I shouldn't want her to get hurt.
Father Leighton is a man of the highest honor. There's no man living I would rather see Vera married to.
It's not far from Ypres. You can hear the bombardment. All you think is, thank God it's no nearer. Someone's getting held, but it isn't you. Not yet. Look, I found this in a ruined farmhouse.
Did you find this near where you wrote the poem about the violets?
It's not far from there. Thank you for the Rupert Brook.
I wasn't sure whether it would make you feel...
Bitter. Well, yes, in a way it did. I wanted to drop everything and sit down and write something myself. There's never any peace or privacy. I used to think there was a whole lifetime ahead for achievement. It's just a question of postponing it, briefly. Now it doesn't look so brief. And these are the years that won't come back. I used to talk about a kind of beauty in war, you remember? I was wrong. Once you're in it, there's nothing but stink and mud and muddle and squalor. I remember one trench we took over. We were up to our knees in black water for 2 days. In another one, the worst thing was the rats. It was there the sentry got hit. He was still alive. I spoke to him. I only went to get a stretcher. But when I came back, I'm sorry. I seem to be doing all the talking. What's been happening to you?
Happening? In Buxton?
Is there really a place where nothing has changed?
Well, I've progressed from polishing the coat hooks and dusting the wards. Last week I was allowed to take 3 stitches out. Put some gentian violet on a case of ringworm.
That's glory. How's your family?
Oh, quite peaceful. Mother drops a little hint now and again. Have I heard from Roland? And have I got any news for her? It's not her fault. She has to face the sewing circle, and they ask those kind of questions over the teacups.
I detest the thought of people like that even knowing about us. Let alone trying to slot us into their petty little pigeonholes.
So do I.
Still, it's no use, Vera. We're going to have to think of some formula we can offer them.
What can we say?
But anyway, you're here. I'm sorry about the darkness, but we're only allowed light in the back rooms because of the Zeppelins. And we'd be a landmark for ships. And they've put a machine gun station right on our doorstep. Oh, my dear. I can't tell you how delighted we were when we heard the news. But I must tell you, quite frankly, we couldn't help laughing when we got the telegram. It was so typical of him. Je suis fiancé, c'est la guerre. Oh, Roland, darling, pour some sherry and we'll drink a toast. I'm so longing to hear all about it. When did it happen? And have you made any plans?
No, no plan.
Well, nothing's happened yet, Mrs. Leighton. Nothing definite.
Oh, dear child, whatever can you mean? Was it all a joke then, or am I being very stupid?
It's just a matter of social convenience, that's all. I happen to feel very strongly, so does Vera, that a relationship between two people is a purely personal affair. and should be allowed to develop at its own tempo without interference.
Why, sure, I had no intention of
not you.
It's just an unfortunate fact that society cannot rest until it has a label to stick on things. The war seems to have exacerbated this. So, if anyone asks, you can say we're engaged. For the duration of the war or the next 3 years. Presumably that will keep them happy.
I see. Well, here's to you both. No, what am I saying? I don't see at all. Has he given you a ring?
No, but he's given me this. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, lovely. Amethyst. But a brooch isn't a ring.
Well, why in heaven's name should it be? You know how I detest the obvious.
Neither of us wanted that, Mrs. Layton. After all, what's it for? Either it's a token of possession, to show to other men that I'm sort of appropriated, and if so, I think that's a bit degrading, or it's to show to other women that I've managed to capture somebody, and I think that's just as bad.
It all seems very odd. However, no one has ever accused me of being conventional, and that's the modern way. Somehow there doesn't seem to be very much romance about it.
There's more equality, though.
Well, so long as you don't expect me to incorporate these new ideas into my stories. If I did that, I'd soon be out of a job.
Are you cold?
Just my fingers. That's lovely.
What are you thinking about?
I dreamed they told me you were dead. If that ever happened, I couldn't bring myself to believe it. I can't imagine life without you.
You'd soon forget.
Why do you always say that? Do you really think I'm on a forgetting sort?
No, I'm afraid you're not. But something always comes in to fill the vacuum. It's inevitable.
I saw a notice in the agony column of the Times the other day. Lady, fiancé killed in France. Would gladly marry officer, totally disabled by war service.
Grief makes people do strange things.
I could understand it in a way. If she felt there was no more to be done with the rest of her life, she might as well let somebody else who had suffered make use of it.
I shall come back. I may get wounded, but I know I'll come back.
Wouldn't it be strange if you were wounded and they sent you to Camberwell? If I came on duty one day and found you there in my ward?
And I'd really be at your mercy, wouldn't I? I fancy I'd rather enjoy that.
Oh, I do wish I didn't have to go home and pack for Camberwell. I so wanted to see you off.
Oh, never mind. I'll come up to London and see you off instead. You know, I've been counting the days that we've actually been together since we first met. It comes to 17.
17 days. The in-between times count as well. I love getting your letters.
It's strange how we can write things we can't speak. All those things I put in letters, and when I actually meet you again, well, let's be glad we're together now. We've got tonight and tomorrow.
I won't look out of the window and wave to you.
No, don't. I can't.
I don't know. Nurse, what's it like being in love?
How should I know?
Oh, I bet you do. You got the right sort of face. That one on night's got a mouth like a hatchet. Ain't you gonna take my pulse nuts?
Not yet.
Oi! It's my shrapnel. You leave that by there. It's my souvenir.
Sorry.
Here, do you want to know where they pulled that out of, nurse, eh?
Watch it, Craig Leg.
This way!
She actually said, well done. Whew, so surprised I nearly knocked the screen over. After all the months we've been here, that's the first time a QA has ever given me a pat on the back. Do you know who she reminds me of? Remember that Miss Matthews who used to take us for French in the lower sixth? Was anything wrong, Bea? Still no letter from Roland?
Yes, he wrote. Just a short one, saying how difficult it was to find the time and so on. It didn't seem to strike him that I'd be worried sick about him.
What about you finding the time? Does he realise we don't get back here till 9? Then lights out at 10? What with feeling half dead and queuing for a bath and washing and mending and everything, what does he think it's like for us?
Quiet, he thinks. He called it a world of silent-footed nurses and clean smells.
You tell him.
Most estimable, practical, unexceptional adjutant. I suppose I ought to thank you for your letter, since apparently one has to be grateful nowadays for being allowed to know you are alive. But all the same, my first impulse was to tear up that letter. Can't say what you really feel in case something happens. Maybe the last letter they ever get. But he sounds different somehow. He said that I seemed to him like a character out of a book, or somebody he's dreamed about. It's been 8 months since I saw him, and he has changed.
What does he say exactly? We'll be home on leave from the 24th of December to the 31st. Land Christmas Day off. Oh, short and to the point.
Oh, Betty, it's poetry. Besides, I got his real letter on Friday.
You'll have nearly a week then. Do you think he might want you to get married? Would you?
Yes.
Even if... I mean, what about babies?
Yes to that, too.
Do I look all right? Why? Matron, I've got to ask her for Christmas leave. Good luck.